Hey, what's going on, guys? How y'all doing? I am just settling in to my seat to begin having this great fun time. So, it is Touch Up Tuesday. That's just a new thing for me. So, yeah, if this is your first time showing up to this channel and you expected to see some, awesome looking young guy doing uh, badass tattoos, then, calm your jets. That's not what's happening here. Pump your brakes. You get old me, who's never tattooed anyone but himself, and I'm doing this not as a professional, but as a something something to do. I can get into the whole story a different time, but maybe you tuned in to see the dog. I don't know. Welcome, whatever. Um, what I'm going to be working on today, the reason that I'm so distressed is because I've got this knee right here, and there's some sharp edges to the black, and I didn't do a whole lot of good aftercare on it. So it is Touch Up Tuesday on probably the most painful place I've ever decided a tattoo should go. So, yeah, welcome. Welcome to that. If it's your first time, welcome to my pain game. All right. So, Touch Up Tuesday is not really a thing, it's just kind of turned into a thing. Uh, Gotta try to get as comfortable as I possibly can, and have you guys still be able to witness the glory that is the ouchie of the knee. All right, let's see if I got you guys in here. Very good, almost. All right, I think I can actually swing this a little bit closer to me. Maybe something along. Yeah, there we go. So you can see a little bit about what's going on. There's some cloudiness here. I intentionally did have some cloudiness. I was trying to do something new on the outside. I'm not sure. I don't really want it to go straight to this black dot on my knee. So, without like a proper plan, I probably shouldn't be doing this at all. But my plan is to continue trying to do this fogginess and maybe just bring it out a little bit more so I can soften these edges, um, and maybe go back over some more of this. Now, the needle that I'm using, it is a curved mag. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It really isn't, since my knee is curved. It's probably going to benefit me more than anything else, but it means that I do have to be a little bit more understanding, I guess, of where 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 I'm at, instead of trying to draw straight lines like sometimes I do with a straight mag. So, one more thing before I get started. Just want a little bit tape. I use rubber bands. Let's see here. Use rubber bands on my plastic to hold it down. A lot of people use medical tape. I think that's probably a good practice. Um, but I can tell you that if there was really not a texture issue with the rubber band, I probably wouldn't be one of the people who use this stuff to wrap their machine. So, just so you guys know, the wrapping is not part of the sterilization process. Um, it's really for comfort, and I find my fingers to be a lot more comfortable whenever they're not sitting directly on some wound rubber bands. So, just gonna wrap this real quick. I would even show you guys what I'm doing if I thought about it, but all I'm doing is just wrapping this up. It's just regular old sports tape. Sometimes you can get it in fun colors or whatever. I've got white, black, and flesh, so all the fun colors. Um, yeah. All right. So anyway, what I was saying, I can actually, there we go. Now I can move this. So what I was saying was, like, this particular area right in here. Just turn that around. So, all right, right in here, I want to kind of bring this out just a little bit so I can fade it better, and then maybe bring the fogginess out a little bit more. And what I'm going to try to do is kind of do more of a night sky kind of look than anything else. So yeah, so that's that. That's what we're going to be doing, and I'm going to be starting off with. Sorry, guys. Show y'all in my armpit. Welcome to my armpit, y'all. All right, so I am starting off this needle grouping. I'm going to shorten this down just a little bit, not a whole lot. Sometimes I get some issues with the ink not setting correctly. So I actually have several washes here so that I can play with them, or several strengths of black. It's all one, one wash, but that will also play havoc with this particular needle grouping as well. So um, yeah, I hate this. This is like anybody who talks shit about those numbing creams and all that, bro. Like I think I was probably on the committee there for being like, no, if you get a tattoo, you should feel the pain. I'm good, man. I think if you get a tattoo, you should feel whatever you're entitled to feel. You know, like you think that pain is cool and you got to have pain just to prove that you've gotten a tattoo. Like the tattoo doesn't speak for itself. I mean, okay, I guess that's your thing. But like, to demand, I don't know, like any sort of disrespect towards somebody just based on them not wanting to be hurt. I don't know. Seems like kind of a weird thing. So I'm trying to get a good stretch on the skin. Um, this is my old knee. It does old knee things, um, like not be very stretchy. Too bad. You know, just tedious ass work. Why didn't you do it right the first time? I did it right. I just didn't do the aftercare right, or at least I thought I did mostly right. There's some spots that were, and I don't really care. Like there can be spots like when my knee is straight, you don't you don't see a lot of the issues that are in there. But the thing is I don't look down at my knees. Like very rarely am I like laying in bed and being like, some badass knees, bro. Hey man, did you look down and see these knees? No, I don't do that. I look at them pretty straight, straight on, I guess, like no time in my life. And in all honesty, like, man, that hurts a lot. Um, yeah, most of the time you look at your knee and it's bent. So I get to see the, like wherever you're sitting down, your knee's bent. Right? So I get to see all the imperfections like all the time on the top end. Oh, geez. Gonna apply a lot more A and D. Helps my sanity. Helps my sanity. Keep on going. That's how this works. Like nothing like poking a bunch of holes in your leg. Mm-hmm. Oh, what'd you do? Hey, what's up? Oh, hey man, I get you. That's fine. You just do your thing, brother. I appreciate you showing up for the support. Oh shit! Oh no! totally. I totally started getting somewhere on this particular tattoo, like the original time that I put black on it. Um, I just felt like I got, like this, like more like wore off, whatever. But like as I got around to these areas, like where things just get a little bit more and more splotchy, not like this, like not the, whatever, but like the splotchiness where it's supposed to be solid. Oh man, like whew, these areas just got me, and they're still getting me right now as we speak. This is not comfy. Here, I'm gonna kind of tilt just a little bit in the hopes that the needle doesn't hurt as much, because maybe some magical way that I'm holding it, and I can actually see a little bit better from this angle. So I apologize, guys. Like I'll be tilting the other way and trying to get in on it. I just noticed sometimes like the ink doesn't want to flow, almost like gravity is somehow involved. I don't know if it is or not. I'm not sure. I would think that the force of the needles would play more of a part than gravity would at this particular point in time. But you know, I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy doing guy things, like tattooing himself live, showing it to whoever, future employers, maybe future employers' kids. That's a possibility. Weird dudes wearing trench coats. Yes, all of the above. And I think I'm gonna hold off. Like I did, like trying to put on these like stars and stuff, and it looked good like immediately. Then the black didn't heal right, so guess what? I lost. And it's just, I mean, it was a good idea. It was fairly decent execution on the highlights. Not so good idea for the knee, I suppose. Didn't really like that. All right, here we go. Trying this again. Bark 90,000. All right. No, not really. This is only the first time I've tried touching this one. I tell you, like the weirdest thing, like it feels like you scraped your knee riding your bike a lot, slow motion, with all your friends watching and whatever. But even though like I know where I'm doing it at, I'm doing it around the knee. I feel like the I feel like the burn like way up here. It is so bizarre. Um, I don't think I've ever been scraped in that spot before, but maybe it's just like a really sympathetic part of the leg. Like, hey man, I see what you're going through. See what you're going through, knee. I'm a thigh. I can take it. I don't know. Hey, dog makes the weirdest noises. So I'm not going all the way to the edge of this black. Actually, not bad. Let us. It's gonna put a big glob of this on here. All right, let's just kind of keep that moist for now. Moist. Don't want it to dry up while I'm still tattooing, guys. Like that'd be nuts. But I have had inks do that on me. Just. All right, all right, all right. So I'm still trying to keep this thing up. Not doing a great job of it because I still have to be able to hit my lines. which I have done before. I believe I can do it again. Keep sticking my pinky in one of my washes. Part doesn't hurt as much. Underneath, probably because that's where it's actually been skinned up before it. It's like, oh, I know what that is. That sucks. Grow some thicker skin, and so I'll probably have a lot of thicker skin. I gotta go through as well. Oh, geez, that's not thick skin. That sucks. I'm not crying. You're crying. Yeah. See you guys complaining about the frame rate. I apologize. If I could control it, I would. Um, let's see what we got. Yeah, there's not a whole lot I got going on right now to shut down, so I don't think it's anything on my resource side. But whatever. Oh, yeah. Well, still splotchy, but like I said, that's not necessarily bad. I'm not trying to get rid of every bit of texture that's here, just 'cause I don't care. Space might be empty, but I have a feeling as I'm experimenting with doing lighter, doing like white on black or whatever, I will most likely go over these things again and again. Yep, yep, yep. I'm going to town on this one. This is nuts. Like, this is probably the worst idea that I've ever had for a tattoo is to just, hey, you know what? Let's go for the knee. Great big. Let's just cover the whole damn kneecap. What was I thinking? Retarded. Bringing one ink everywhere. Oh, yeah. Too bad. Not too bad. Yeah. So I want to try to get rid of this hard edge on here. And my plan for that was actually to use some washes. Instead of going like a gray ink, doing, a really strong, wash. So you can see down here on my knee, I didn't even get to the point, like that I wanted to uh, with those, well, not even with the black really, um, but I think there's enough black there. Uh, thank you. Um, Not like yours, baby. Not like yours. So yeah, but I want to go like darker like this. So I'm gonna try to put in some clouds here. I still have a little bit of the plain black ink in here. So I'm gonna go to an area that's fairly safe for a black ink. I'm gonna say here, very top, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in where I already was, or just lay down some of this, make sure, and then fade off a little bit, see where we stand. So definitely still working a little bit with the darker stuff for sure. It's all right. So still see a hard line, and that's what I'm trying to get rid of. You guys. Doing on that hard line. Look like, yeah, I'm not gonna keep it here for long. I will be readjusting that. But this is where I'm at, right? So I'm trying to get rid of the the hard line. Not maybe not completely, but uh, definitely enough to where I can start doing some fade. Um, it's looking a little bit better. I'm gonna go dark one more time. And all I'm doing is putting it in there like I would a regular ink. I am moving a little bit faster just to see. I think that's a little bit better. Use a little bit of the magic eraser water. It's not really what it's called. This is just green soap. Um, Probably not the best thing to pour on, but it does help me. It wipes away the tattoo ink where I'm working pretty well. That looks a lot, uh, like this looks a lot smoother than this down here. And that's really what I'm looking for to start with. So using the same ink, I'm going to go around some where all these hard edges are, and I'm going to try to soften them. It's going to hurt. It is going to hurt, and I'm not going to cry. I'll just sing stupid song that doesn't rhyme. Uh, and I'll probably drop a couple cuss words too. Oh, jeez. Oh, guys. So sorry y'all had to endure that. That was terrible. It definitely softens that up quite a bit. Can't wait till it gets to a part you can actually see. Maybe over here on this side. That is nice. Much, much better. I mean, it's only a little tiny change. Go over that one more time. Dog's trying to move out of the way there. I should tell her she's not in the way though. You're not in the way, you big crazy animal. It's be painful. But I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with the result of just at least softening it up for now, you know. And this is supposed to go like all the way down here. I mean, whatever. Definitely soften up that a little bit. But I think it's because the angle that I'm holding the tattoo machine is definitely not one that would help soften that line. I'm going what essentially is, in a side to side direction. And then I've got the needles pointed in that direction. Essentially, I'm just pointing a bunch of tiny steak knives at my skin. Again, softening up the hard line that's there. Trying to make it a little bit less, just static, maybe. Now, whenever I first started this, not the kneecap itself, but um, putting this black in, uh, I think I had zero plan. I had zero plan. I really didn't think about it hardly at all. I was just like, "Yep, we're putting something on his knee," and so that's that's what we did. By we, I mean me, the royal we, not the I have demons we. But me and everybody. I'm gonna dip back in here for just a second, and we're gonna go. Yep, definitely doing something different this time. Feel pretty good about that actually, because it's a loose plan is better than no plan. I have a bajillion times, and I have even been able to put that into practice on myself. You know, This rag has seen better days. Got some lineage in there instead of soft pattern fade. So I'm going to go back in there again. This time I am going to move a little bit quicker on both my rotations and my hand movement. Why? Because I'm an idiot. Should be just the rotations. And that should help with with the line problems. Better. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Now that I've softened that a little bit, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn down my voltage so that I can move as fast or slow and not worry too much about ripping my skin off. So we're going to come back to the top here where I was before. Actually, we're going to come over here for a second just so that I can try to run these. Run the current ink out of it for a little bit. But moving faster helps me out a little bit as well. I'm going to rub this stuff around for a minute. I am going to a different wash. And that softens it up just a little bit more. And that's really kind of as dark in that area as what I think I want. But that is super helpful. So I'm right below the line that I was at, where I was doing the smoothing out of the lines, I guess you could say. A slightly more transitional fade. That's all I'm trying to get here. I don't want to, I'm not looking for like a whole lot of super change or whatever. But, going from the hard lines that are down here, where I was able to soften this up just a little bit, it's still a much harder line than what you see up up in these areas. And that has a lot to do with the wash that I'm using right now. It's a very thin wash, covers pretty well though. So, um, but we just keep on moving. So whenever I'm like laying all this stuff out and stuff, I just just so you guys know, like I'm not a professional. Um, it's not my gift, I guess. At least not one that I've been able to exercise at all. Given the chance, I would love to give that a try sometime. Maybe devote like umpteen hours of my life just drawing on people. listening to crazy stories that they have to tell me. Yeah, I think I might be able to get into that a little bit. All right. This hurts so much. It hurts so much. Why does this hurt so much? It's so dumb. It hurts so much. I'm not crying. I know this isn't where I quit last time, but damn. That's right. I tapped out on my own tattoo. Ah, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's probably pretty good that I have nerves where I'm supposed to have nerves. Oh my gosh, it hurts so bad, and I have to keep doing it. Right. Ooh, I have to keep adjusting because I'm trying to adjust in a way that gives me like, oh yeah, it stretches, like. But I also need the ink to flow proper. This ain't gonna be it. Jeez, same thing. It hurts so bad. Yeah, and you can still see I've got this line here. This is from last time. I feel like I should just dig in there for a second. I think I'm going to. Yep. Sorry, me. Unscheduled paint time. Oh yeah, that's better. Feel like just doing some of this is probably better than nothing at this point. Oh, you guys can't see the shit. Back and forth and back and forth. He's moving. What is he doing? You're probably thinking. Well, I'm trying to get just some of these more anomalous, like cloud type things going on the side. So I can then kind of like how it is up here. Ah, you guys can see that a little bit better. But yeah, like right up in here, like I'm just trying to darken this up a bit to make that fade a little bit easier. And then I'm gonna do some, if I can get that to work proper, then I'll do some additional shading in a different area. Um, where I'm actually going to be like applying a little bit more like curvature, something more nebulous maybe. I don't know. really good. I really like that. I really like that. So the cool thing about this particular wash that I'm using right now is that it really does do a great job just kind of darkening up around some areas, some rapid brushes. But I was able to kind of, come in, was able to kind of come in here at the bottom of this where these leaves are and just kind of put that shadow up in there. And that's actually that's pretty good. This wash is good for that, good for darkening up without uh, not being distracting, I guess. I can go pretty far out here and not worry about too much. And I can be pretty haphazard with it too because it's kind of what I want. I want these darker areas to be there. I want to draw in them one day. So defining them with something like this helps, give me, I guess, a little bit more space to create. Um, because it might not sound like a bonus or anything, but being able to go back in here and work on this gradation a little bit while also, kind of defining some further lines out for future work. I mean, that is pretty dang helpful. Dang helpful. All right. Like I said, like, this could be very haphazard. Not looking for I'm not looking to go up against one of the existing tattoos, but I'm also making sure that they begin to, at least these ones begin to kind of talk to each other a little bit, and that's helpful. And all I'm doing here is just wiping where I've been just to make sure that what it is that I'm seeing is not some uh, just some ink getting stuck in skin creases or whatever. I'm actually seeing this darkening up a little bit, further definition of a piece. No, this side is just absolutely painful, guys. Like, I mean, they all of them are, but like this side for some reason, oh my gosh. Again, like I'm going with these kind of anomalous, nebulous kind of shapes here. Um, with the idea of being able to actually incorporate more of the area around here, maybe with some nebula colors. But I really do want to see how this how this pans out first, like how well the black takes this time versus the opposite of what it did last time, where it was not very helpful. Very good, very good. All right, all right. I'm gonna go in with some darker here, just in a couple of different areas, so I can get a little bit of that uniformity, I guess, of you know nebulous kind of behavior, but with this gradation better defined. Definitely want that better defined. On some parts of the leg, I'll be able to get that. On others, it'll be more of a challenge because I'm an idiot and I wasn't able to put that into part of a plan whenever I started working on this. Mhm. Yeah, sorry about the silence, guys. I'm just sometimes like sometimes I get lost in thought, like some pretty cool thoughts. Sometimes I get lost in thought and dumb stuff. This was definitely one of the dumb stuffs. Um, that's okay. That's fine. As long as the deed gets done. Right? I want to keep the skin calm. Keep my hands sliding across as opposed to seems to be going on. Still see, still see like it's lying underneath the welt. I wasn't able to get to this thing last time. Last time not being this time. All right, you know what I'm saying. Probably don't know what I'm saying. Not on the retouch. Actual first time that I created this. Two best intentions in the world of it being awesome. Jeez, go ahead. I'm really doing some ratchets here. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Still seems a little bit. Um, it's reaching here. So let's just trying to get this fade. Having a kind of a tough time with that because it still seems a lot sharper than what it has any right to be for as much as I've worked it. And that's what I'm scared of. The knees are like, I mean, I think there's some things I could overwork and be like, oh, overworked it, whatever. Get back to that some other time. Let that heal up for a year. Try not to bow out of this one too early, but telling you, man, it's terrible. Okay, what we got here? It's a little bit, it's a little bit smokier. Not quite as hard of lines. I'm gonna keep going just a little bit, just to um, stretch out one of these much as I don't want to. Uh, this still needs to go out. Come on, you. And all I'm trying to do is make sure that my very similar in how they're created, I guess. Sweet. So see another welt area right here that I'm just going to hit, and I'm going back to slightly. I know this welting area was kind of a mixture of things, so that's better. So now we're looking at about the same geographical area as the other one instead of not. So that being said, a couple things that I want to do is I'm going to turn this down just a little bit more. I'm going straight to the black, and I'm going to just really faint, super faint, almost like tendrils, I guess. Wisps, maybe? Let me see. I get closer. Let's see, like right here, I've got this wisp. That's kind of what I'm going for. So I'm just trying to add in a couple of those. Um, kind of get it. I don't want to say surprise, but no one wants a surprise when they're tattooing. But I am leaving a little bit up to chance in the sense that I'm kind of mixing in the tube, right? Without letting the first tube run out. And I'm doing kind of a random mixture, um, really to just to see, make sure that there is consistency only in the form and not necessarily how defined it is. So there should be inconsistency and randomness throughout different parts of the ink. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's kind of, I mean, it's definitely this is definitely different in the sense that I wish that whenever I initially started it, I had a better plan, than just okay, we'll get it as black as we can get it or whatever. Go back to this really sensitive side, guys. Let's go way far away. Let's make this thing so damn huge. Why was that an idea? Who came up with that idea? This guy. This guy who can't seem to get enough punishing himself. What did I do that was so wrong, man? That was like right on a bone on that. Such a bad, not such a bad look to me. Good. I want to put just a little one in here. I can already kind of see like that's started something maybe on accident. I'll spray this and put the camera up over it so we can see a little bit better. Um, you can see it's a little bit more uh, conclusively there. And that's really what I wanted to accomplish. That's really all I wanted to accomplish with this thing. So I'm gonna get a quick rinse on this, and this is just some green soap, guys. It's got some fun things in it to make it like a little bit less, well, a little bit more antibacterial. It's pretty much what they use. It's what they use in the shops. Um, and I don't use it straight. I did look to see how to mix it, but um, yeah. So let's see how some A&D will look on there. I think that actually, I'm gonna slather this stuff on. Um, stuff is great, and hopefully will help keep the swelling down. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's all I wanted to do on this particular touch up. Um, like I said, there will be future. The first time that I worked on this, uh, I didn't do a whole heck of a lot positive to it. I actually did try to go in and fix a few things that I'd seen before. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you, Turkey Noodle. That's awesome. I'm glad. I'm glad that you approve of that. I'm actually going to go ahead and take these things off. I don't like touching my mouth with that. So, all right, guys. Look, I really appreciate you guys coming out. I'm glad you were here to be a part of this particular Touch Up Tuesday, where I was able to make this not so hard edged and just go in and kind of clean up some of the areas that had fallen out before, and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, thanks for spending that time with me, and I hope to see you guys on Thursday. 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 That sounds good. All right, guys. I'll see y'all later.